Awesome. So first off, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all taking time just to hop on and get some education and hopefully take some action leaving here. Last week, drop a one in the chat if you were on our Zoom last week. We are doing a Zoom every week between, I guess, November and Epic, just community-wide, and goal is just to provide education and training on some different subjects. So I see a lot of you were on there. If you watched the replay of last week, drop a two. And then if you've been following the Turkey Trot, like the challenge, the PDF that was created, drop a three. We've pulsed that out multiple times. It's gone out in just about every chat that I've seen. So hopefully you've had access to it. And it's been really, really helpful. Lillian's been doing it. That's awesome. Jen's been using it. Who else? Anybody else been using that as a tool for your posting content? Erica, fantastic. So the real purpose behind what we did last week was, how do we make sure that we never run out of stuff to post about? How do we create value on social media and not just go to social media and consume? How do we become creators of content rather than consumers of content? Because at the end of the day, like most people out there are looking for something. They're looking for entertainment. They're looking for education, and they're seeking it in all areas. And then the question is, are they going to see you? Are they going to be educated by you? Are they going to have their questions about life? Or maybe are they going to be entertained by you, inspired by you, or by somebody else? Now, the reality is they're going to see a lot of stuff, but if you're consistent in posting, you're consistent in sharing your life, you're going to be part of theirs, right? And it's no different than if you were out in public and you were talking to people. If you didn't have any conversations and tell people what was going on, or if you went to the park as a kid and you stood on the side of the park and just watched all the other kids, you're not going to have any friends. You actually have to go play, right? A lot of us are on social media at the park, like standing in the center of the park, just looking around, watching all the kids, but not actually participating. So the goal with last week was to help us all participate in this world of social media, not just to be the voice, but to be a voice in the mix. And what I'm realizing as we get further and further along this world of social media is fewer and fewer and fewer people are actually participating in sharing, and more and more are just becoming the consumers. So that creates a little bit of an asymmetry, a little bit of a disconnect, and there is an opportunity in that. If you get consistent and good, it doesn't actually take, like, you just have to do it. So if you haven't, make sure you go back and watch it. If you need to rewatch it, go rewatch it. And last question I'll ask about last week, because we got some really good stuff to cover today, is on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 meaning you didn't apply a single thing. 5 meaning you've actually, over the last week, you've really taken this seriously, and you've been posting every day. You've been using that Turkey Trot guide. You've been consistently following what was on there and following the guidelines of getting at least 1 post on your wall a day, 3 to 5 in your stories. 5 meaning you're smashing it, you're doing awesome. And 1 meaning you've crashed and burned and haven't even started. I just want you to kind of rate yourself. You can share in the chat if you want. But I want you to rate yourself. Where are you at? Because awareness is everything, right? If we create a little bit of an awareness of, okay, I'm here, I'm a 2, but I'd like to be a 3, right? Or I'm a 3, but it's time to be a 4. I just want you to become aware of where you're at, so you can start stepping it up a little bit. And then in that identification, I see Karen 2, Heather 2.5, Lori 3, Liz 2. So the identify one thing that you can do that will help move that number 1. I don't need you to go from 2 to a 5. I don't need you to go from a 3 to 5. Even I just want you to go from a 3 to a 4, or 2.5 to 3.5, or maybe 2.5 to 4 would be cool. Like, what's one additional thing that you're not doing currently that you know, okay, I can do this. And usually it's just lack of whatever it's not lack of time, I promise you that, because it don't take you that long to post on your story. I know, because I'll get to the next day, I'm like, wait a sec, I don't have anything on my story right now. And I'll be like, but I did stuff in the last 24 hours. I literally just didn't take time. I had plenty of time. We all go to the bathroom. We got time to post tile on your story. Doesn't have to be that difficult. So I want you to identify what that is, and I want us to continuously keep taking this concept of posting on a daily basis, of creating content seriously, because this, like, if you're treating this business seriously and you're not 100% involved in activities on a daily basis in person, you got to be using social media to create that following, to create the conversation consistently with people. So the subject of tonight's Zoom, who I have the amazing Lori Hart to help me with, is all about how do I ensure that my quote unquote following or my friends list continues to grow? How do I never run out of new people to talk to? Right. And at the same time, how do I make sure that they actually see my posts? Because sometimes you'll post and Facebook is just weird, right? I might do a live and I'll get, a handful of people on. The next day I'll do a live and I'm like, it's crazy the number of people on. And I'm like, well, wait, what the heck's going on? Why is this? I will say, 8 out of 10 times you don't need to sign up for that class, which means it's just Facebook. It's not you. It's me, not you. It's Facebook. It's not you. However, there are definitely certain things that you can do from an engagement standpoint to ensure that more people do see what you're posting and that more people are able to come across your feed and you're able to come across their feed. Yeah. And then at the same time, the last question is, like, from a standpoint of Prove It and Ketones, do I have to wait for people to come to me? Sometimes we post and we just sit there and wait. We pray, please God, let somebody comment on my post. Please. Oh, I got a comment. And then we're like, well, Nick, I did the business. I posted, and I got a comment. Well, is there anything that you can do to actually speed this up a little bit? Do you have to wait for people to come to you, or can you actually go to them? So we're going to cover those 3 topics tonight. And I know that if you take notes, it's not about taking and applying every single one of these things. It's about starting to implement them and picking a couple from each category in order to make sure that you keep growing your network, keep engaging with it, and at the same time are having lots and lots of conversations. So what's up, Lori, real quick, say hi, introduce yourself, because I know there's some new people on here that maybe have never met you.
Awesome. Hey guys, I'm Lori Hart. I am from Boston, Mass. I am a mom of 2 girls, Callie and Ava. They are 26 and 19. I'm a nana. I'm a nana of a little baby boy who's 8 months old, and I've been sharing and drinking ketones now for 2.9 years. Coming up on 3 in January.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead and just get right to it. I'm gonna share my screen in a sec, but I'll let you just kind of kick us off regarding the subject.
Yeah, so awesome. So last week we did a lot of talk about posting, which was amazing. We hear it all the time, like, I don't know what to post. What am I supposed to put up? So they did a great job. So this week we wanted to talk more about growing and engaging. So growing your audience and what to do with these posts that you're putting up. Because I know sometimes when you're brand new to network marketing or you're brand new to just like posting on social media, you're like, well, what am I doing this for? And so really you're doing it because you're creating engagement. You want to add value to people's lives, right? You want to get people to know, like, and trust you behind the screen, right? Because we can all be out in public and belly to belly, and there's many ways to grow this business. Social media is just a piece. And I want you to remember that, because it takes time to grow a business on social media, but you have your immediate friends that are there waiting for you. And then you're going to meet new friends as time goes on, because this is a business that we want to have for years and years to come. We don't want to run out of people to talk to. So that's why social media is super important. So we want to be able to grow our network. We don't want to start here on day 1 and then all of a sudden, you have 100 friends, 200 friends, 1,000 friends, and 4 years later, you're forgetting to add to your network and you're still talking to the same people. So that's why this is really important. And this is one of the most important things you can do if you do want to be consistent on social media, is growing and expanding your network. Okay. And there are so many ways to do this. I'm going to touch on just a few of them here. Nick and I are going to work off some PowerPoints so you can take some screenshots and have some notes that you can work off of later. Okay. But these are just some things that you can do to grow. So, ask your happy customers to share their experience with ketones and tag you. That's something we can all do by calling up our customers and saying, hey, I know you're loving your ketones. Would I be able to tag you or share your experience? And you could even send them a free pack of ketones if they would allow you to do that. So everybody can do that. I just joined joining online groups is a great way to meet new friends that are like you, right? So if you join groups, not any group. So I want you to take a minute, first of all, and I just want you to write down 3 things you love besides ketones. And we're going to work with this in a minute. But 3 things you love besides ketones. It can be anything: horseback riding, dog training. I mean, anything, crafting, knitting, camping, traveling, anything that you love besides ketones, your health journey, and your family, because we're going to join groups with people that like what we like, right? Makes it so easy to make friends if they like what you like. So just take a minute and write down 3 things as I'm talking. For instance, I'm going to give you an idea. For me right now, my grandson is 8 months old and he's doing this crazy thing calling baby led weaning. That means we're giving him whole foods, like legit skipping the baby food. He's eating whole foods. And so I'm now in groups as the nana of the baby led weaner, like looking at recipes and watching other babies that are 4 and 5 months old without teeth chewing steak. It's like amazing. So I just put a picture of myself today with my grandson and I introduced myself. I said, hey, I'm Lori Hart. I'm so excited to be here. This group is amazing. This is so new to me. I'm the nana of this 8-month-old baby. And I love hearing what you guys are doing. I think it's amazing. And I just gave a little bit of a brief. I'm excited to be here. Here's who I am. And I left it. And so now I'm going to go in that group for the rest of the week and be the biggest cheerleader that anyone's ever met in their life. I'm going to cheer them on. I'm going to tell the moms they're doing great. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to probably come over to my page and say, who the heck is this woman? So I'm creating relationships on Facebook by joining groups of things that I'm currently interested in. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? Awesome. Awesome. All right, you took my slide away, pal. Okay. So that's just one way to grow your network, right? We don't want to just add all kinds of people that we have nothing in common with. We have totally different lifestyles. We're trying to talk to people that are like us, that we have things in common with. And that'll make more sense as it goes. You don't want a whole bunch of people on your page that you really can't start a conversation with, right? So it doesn't make sense to just go wildly add friends. That's not what we want you to do. We want you to grow your network, and your network are the people that you speak to, right? Not just your friends list. Okay, so another fun way, I love this way, you guys. If you haven't gone live yet, here's what I will encourage you to do. Grab a partner, grab your friend, grab the person that brought you into this business and say, I am nervous. I want to go live, but I don't know really how to do it. So I love to go live with people and sort of have them share their story by me pulling it out of them, right? And it can be on your page. It's a great way for your friends to see you smile and talk and feel your excitement coming through without you just sending a copy paste message. And we're not going to send copy paste messages forever because we're going to get really good at voice clipping. But for now, if you haven't gone live yet, type in the comments, I've never gone live. I want to just see, I want to get an idea of the 35 people, who's going live and who is not. I see Trisha says, I need to try live someday. Brandy's okay. Brandy. Oh, I got you on my list. All right. Never gone live. Lori. Okay. Lillian, Karen, not much. Okay. Okay. So going live, what does that even mean? That doesn't mean, okay, look at all these people. Never, never, never. Okay. Here's the thing with going live. Sharing your story is great, but also finding something that you're super interested in and going live a couple days a week, learn, implement, teach. So Nick started, I'm going to use Nick for an example. Nick started the Keto Dad page. He started to go live, sharing things he was learning about the ketogenic diet, right? That's how Nick started to go live. Maybe you love, and I'm going to use Stacy Staples as an example because I've coached her through, she loves the Bible. She loves Bible prophecy. I don't know what it is, but she loves it. So she goes live 3 times a week, sharing something that she's read or learned for 10 minutes or less, 5 minutes or less. It doesn't matter. It's letting people see you, see who you are, right? Getting to know you, because these people don't know you. People don't come to Facebook to buy products. They come for a relationship. They come to get to be entertained, get to know people, create friendships. They don't come and go, oh, I think I'll go on Facebook so I can be sold today. That's not what they do. They come there because they want to make friends, feel excitement, feel inspired, smile. So when they get to see your face going live, it can be about anything. Now I'm just using Stacy as an example because she was getting a lot of great success with that. For me, I love to cook, so I cook live. That's how I go live. But you can just grab a book on any subject you love. This is a great way to practice and start to share a little bit that you're learning. So, or else grab a buddy. All right. So that's a great way to start lives. Lives can be deleted. You don't have to worry about it. They're not there forever if you don't want them to be. So just, you've got to hit the button, and that's all I can tell you. You'll get better over time as well. But it's the best way for people to see you, see your expressions, to see you smile, to see you excited, and to just feel like they know you. Okay. The next thing, make posts public in order. Okay, so you've got to make your posts public. A lot of people come into this business and they're like, but I don't want to share my friends and my family or my kids. Well, you don't have to, right? Make your post public and share what you want. You can also hide things. It's super easy to hide things on social media. So don't worry. When I want you to have a page that you feel comfortable showing what you want to show, but don't feel like everything you do, you have to share on social media. People want to see you in your life. So don't worry about those things about being public. Just make your posts public. The people who love you, if you don't want to share your kids, great. The people that love you and know you every day, see your kids grow up. You don't have to worry about that piece. So the other thing is you can make, like I said, short form, like video. If you're going to do video, we can go over that another time. Making small, short videos like reels. If you don't know how to do that yet, maybe the person that we probably should do a training on reels. I mean, I can make a reel by holding my phone and taking the salad that I ate for dinner tonight, literally take the salad bowl, hold the video camera to it, talk a little bit about the salad, and send it off as a reel. Reels are easy, but they create a lot of engagement on your page. We can talk about those another time. Look for suggested friends on Facebook. So Facebook is always going to suggest friends. Here's my suggestion on that. When you do see the suggested friends group to add and grow your network, be sure to go look at who they are. Make sure you have something in common. Make sure they're not somebody who hasn't posted in 6 years and, shares nothing but memes of something you're totally not interested in, because that's not your people. You're looking for your people. So I just suggest that with the Facebook suggestions. And then the other thing is you want to try to be sure, this is a big, huge tip. Okay. We love our Prove It friends. We love our Prove It family. But if you're only adding Prove It friends and family to your network, that is all you're going to have in your newsfeed. And we don't want to, unfortunately, talk to each other on Facebook. If you need to talk to your Prove It friend or family, send them a text message. All right. Huge. Facebook helps you with your algorithm. They know who you're talking to, and that's who they put in your newsfeed, and vice versa. So because I love Tiffany Hardy, I don't talk to Tiffany on Facebook, right? Because I love Christina, I don't talk to Christina on Facebook. We private message each other. So anyways, that is so important. Okay.
I love that. It becomes what we call the Prove It circle of insanity. It happens usually when you get started and you're excited. So you've joined a couple chats, you've been part of these Zooms, now you have all these new friends, and it's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But what you have to do is make sure that you engage 2 times as much with people that are not part of our community as people who are. So I don't mind if you comment on somebody's post. I don't mind if they comment on yours, but you need to double time the amount of commenting and engaging you do. We're going to talk about that in a minute with other people in order to ensure that you don't just fall into this vortex where Facebook's like, oh, ketones prove it. We're going to put all your feeds in the same feed and you're all going to see each other's stuff. We want to be seen by others.
Yes.
So, all of that is super awesome, Lori. I absolutely love it. I want to just take it into 3 little points because I know some of you are some of you are at a higher level and you're taking any of the ideas that you can get and implementing them. And I know others are just getting started utilizing social media. So if that's you, I want to dial this out to just literally 3 simple things that you can do on a daily basis in order to make sure that you're growing. And the first is add new friends. Now the number on here is 3, but that's like a minimum. That's like the baseline. if you added 3 friends a day for a year, what's that in a year? It's over 1,000 new friends, right? And if you're consistent at it, like that is a massive amount of people that you're going to build a relationship. And if you're already creating content, you are building that know, like, and trust factor with them. So let this be the minimum. I would say if you really want to like get hustling between now and the beginning of the year, I would say 10 a day is awesome, right? You don't need to go more than that, but you just need to be consistent at a number. Pick the number that's going to work for you. 3, 5, 10. What is it? I like this concept. Join one group a week, right? And then interact in that group daily.
Yep.
Lori mentioned the moms. Like I go to Orange Theory Fitness. I'm in a group called the MN Fit Fam. It's the OTF group for our like local gyms. And there's like 600 people in there. Easy group to go comment and engage with. So that's the grow part. Now we want to take it to the next step, which is how do you make sure that your stuff is seen by your friends? You see their stuff. And then at the same time, how do you actually develop that relationship? And Lori, I'm excited to hear what you have to say about in actual engagement, like we were just starting to talk about there.
Awesome. Whip me up a slide here. Okay, so I flip all this from the top of my tongue. So make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen handy. All right, so engaging. This is the piece where you're building a relationship and you're going to do it as a human being, right? Humans talk to humans, and that's what I want you to think of. We don't need to be strange or funny or weird or a salesy or any of that stuff. We're just going to engage and we're going to build the relationship. So here's one thing that is super important. When people comment on your post, right, you need to engage. So here's a term I've heard lately. You cannot post and ghost. So let me explain that to you. That means Freebie Friday comes and you put up a beautiful Freebie Friday post and you never go back and look at it again. So all those people are waiting on you to send them the Freebie Friday info. So when we go to post, we want to make sure we engage, we comment, and we talk to people and we thank them. We need to create that relationship. Let them know that that is important. Like they want to feel important and they want you to answer them. So always interact with every single comment on your page. Okay, we already just talked about interacting. So one of the other thing that is really important as far as engagement is warming up your news feed. Okay, so I'm going to give you a really quick tip on this. You're going to start scrolling down your news feed in the morning. That's the first thing you do when you look at Facebook. You want to engage properly with about 15 people, and then you're going to put up your post. So you always want to start talking to people first, so that Facebook, again, it's all about this algorithm thing that is so techie and scientific. I don't know how they have this formula, but they do. So you want to be able to be sure that you're commenting and interacting with at least 15 new people a day. So you can start by warming your newsfeed in the morning, talk to 5 to 6, 7 people, meaning you comment on their posts, you're asking them questions, you're being very engaging, and then go ahead and put up your post and then go back in right after and then finish the flow. Comment, like, ask questions. Hey, Nick, oh my gosh, what kind of a dog is that? Whatever it is they're posting, be sure to just be engaging. All right. That's a great way to engage, get to know somebody. Comment, and that's the 6 or more words. So when I comment on someone's post, I ask a question, like I just said, oh my gosh, hey Nick, love that dog. What kind is it? Hey Beth, beautiful dress. Where did you get it? You know, you want to always not just a heart or a awesome or a yes, just be sure to engage and ask questions. The other thing I love to do every single day is tell somebody happy birthday, right? Message them, hey, happy birthday. What are you doing for fun today? That's starting a conversation. And so somebody just asked in the chat, if you're maxed at 5,000 friends, that's great. Having followers is great. You're allowed to have 5,000 on Facebook, but just because they're following you, right, doesn't mean they know you, like you, trust you, or that they even see you in the newsfeed. So what I love most about birthday messages is if I've said happy birthday to somebody 3 years in a row and they don't answer me, I'm going to remove them. They're not somebody I want to be friends with. And why clog up my 5,000 friends? So think of that. That's a good tip to get rid of some people is if they're not engaging with you, then you don't need to have them on your Facebook friend list. So, and always this, when you do send that friend request, here's a top tip. Someone sends you a friend request and then you never hear from them. Like, what is the point of that? Why am I friending you if I'm never going to talk to you? It doesn't make sense. It's like I'm just filling a funnel of, people to watch me. So you always want to go ahead and send a comment. Thank you so much for accepting my friend request. I see that you and I are both into wine. I don't care what it is, that we're both into this baby-led weaning. Oh my gosh, how old is your grandchild? It's a conversation starter, right? So you always want to thank them and acknowledge that they've accepted your friend request. Super important. That's how you start conversations. And that is the purpose of all this fun, right? It's the purpose of all this fun is to start a conversation. And again, thank you. Okay, so this is my favorite. So when I put up a post, today I put up a post with me. I had a picture of myself with my cup. I was smiling. I was super happy. I typed something out and I left for the day. I came back and when I looked, I had a whole bunch of people that liked the photo, clicked on the photo. And so now I'm going to go back into the messenger chat and I'm going to actually thank them for liking or hearting my photo. And I'm simply going to say, I don't know why that, okay, I just allowed that in. I'm simply going to say to them, hey, Becky, oh my gosh, I saw your heart on my post today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Curious, are you cheering me on or are you looking for more information on what I do? So I call that the cheerleader script because you guys, if you look and you make a post and you have 37 people that like and heart, those are people that are like interacting with you. They maybe don't want to put a comment or raise their hand yet, but they're like, they're lurking and they see you. So always let them know you appreciate them. And either way, no problem. So that's what I tell them all the time. And I can share that script somewhere if you haven't seen it yet. But I think some of you may have or may have not. That is critical. And always, like we talked about, engaging when they comment, but even the likes and the hearts, that's really important. And again, when you are send a thank you to those, okay, so yep. And then that's the thank you. And then if you're going to go live and you are talking to people and interact with you. Okay, so you're talking about ketones and you're interacting and people are, or anything. You don't have to be talking about ketones on your live, but anything. You always want to put kind of a call to action, right? Follow my page for more of these tips and tricks on how to sleep better. Follow my page for more information on movement, whatever you're sharing about. You want to give them a call to action. People don't think on their own to hit follow or like or that. Or if you love this tip today, throw me a heart. So always asking them to engage and do something also helps move your Facebook page through the algorithm a lot better. It's showing that people are engaging and like what you're saying. And then the last thing I was just going to say, go ahead.
I love this subject just from a live standpoint or a post. We are conditioned to do what we're told. And I was taught this very early on when I first got started with the Keto Dad page. And I was asking this guy who seemed to know what he was talking about on social media. He said, Nick, you got to tell people what you want them to do. Yeah. He's like, if you want them to comment, you got to tell them to comment. If you want them to hit the heart button, you have to tell them to hit hearts. If you can do that in just a stationary post. It's a picture with some text on it. You can do that if it's one of the colored backgrounds and you're asking a question, you're telling them to answer it. Or if you're doing a live, if you ever watch one of my lives, what do? Tell me where you're from. Where are you freaking? The reason I'm doing that is I want engagement. I want to know, I want to have a conversation with them because when they do something, then I can say back, oh my gosh, what's up from North Carolina? Good to see you on. How's your day? Like I can talk directly to them. So when you're doing any sort of posting, whether it's live or just static or a video or reel, the more of call to action or like asking for what you want will create more of that engagement.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, last one. Can I just go through that last one? Because I think this is really important. Scrolling with purpose in commenting, meaning you are on Facebook because you want to be the content creator, not the content consumer. We talked about that in the beginning. So just remember that when you're in it, if you have to set a timer, set that timer, because the post piece is one thing, but then we have to get to business on doing the rest of our daily operations. So don't get stuck on social media for too long. So hopefully that was helpful. Do you guys have any questions? or do you want to go through here, Nick, first?
Yeah, let's just boil it down. I'd like to take all those ideas and I'm going to give you what I believe are the most important. Number one is reply to all the comments on your content. Like that should be a given. Until you have so many comments that you're like, I don't even have time, Nick. It would take me hours. I'd be like, that'd be an awesome place to get to, right? So it's just not, if somebody comments, you're replying. It doesn't even matter if they say, nice shirt. You're like, thank you so much. How are you? Right? You reply to everything. You close the loop on that conversation. And the more questions that you can ask in your replies, the more dialogue that you get, the more Facebook says, hey, this is a great post. I'm going to show it to more people. Interact with friends. We talked about that. This is something that you must do. You must show up to social media and talk to people. It's like if you go to church and you go in, you sit down, the church service starts, it ends, and you're the first one out the door. How many friends do you have that know you, like you, and trust you at church? Besides Jesus, no one, right? Maybe the pastor saw your face, but he's not even talked to you. So a lot of us do the same on social media. We got to spend some time, focus time. Lori said, set a timer. My recommendation is take 5 minutes, put a timer on and say, hey, this is my time to have a little fun, and scroll with the purpose, comment, and scroll with the intent of going and building a relationship with people that you're friends with. Go find out what they're doing for Thanksgiving. Happy birthday messages is just easy. Everybody loves to hear happy birthday on their birthday. Now, on Facebook, you end up getting a lot of birthday messages, so set it apart. Like maybe send them a voice message. Hey, it's been a long time. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you. Happy birthday. And then, all right, we've covered these. So that's engage. And this aspect is it's easy to post every day. It's quantifiable. It's easy to add 5 friends every day. Engage is a little bit different because it's something that you just have to commit to and you have to understand the value of what you're doing, but it's the glue, right? That glues it all together. It's that relationship factor. It's that stickiness that will take what you're doing on social media and kind of help it go to the next level. So that kind of brings us to, actually, let's take, if you have any questions, type them in the chat regarding the content that we just shared. If you have anything that's just coming up for you. Or you can come off mute and ask if you want before we move on to our last subject here. Oh, I see Sherry type in. Either that or she's texting somebody.
Karina.
She's having some fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you guys have questions, shoot me a message, shoot your champ or pro champ a message and get those answered. This is not rocket science. Somebody's like, hey, I need to learn how to do reels, or I need to learn how to do XYZ. Honestly, when it comes to the mechanics of Facebook, like if you're like, I just physically don't know how, here's how I've learned to do these things. I went to either YouTube or Google and I typed in how to do a reel on Facebook. And then I clicked on some videos, I watched them, and then guess what I did? I took my camera out and I made a reel. So what I want us all to do is think as entrepreneurs, and as entrepreneurs, if you need something, you go figure it out, right? You put your cap on. Now, if you get to a point where you're like, hey, how do I tweak this to make it better? That's a great opportunity for whoever you're working with to say, hey, let's do this about ketones, or let's do this about your life, or if you need ideas that realm. But from a mechanical standpoint, there is so much already created free content on how to. Now, I'd limit yourself on the amount of that you consume, because you can learn, so you can overlearn the fancy and never actually do the do, right? You can overlearn all the different sounds, all the different badges, all the different stuff. And the reality is just get it done. Just put it up. So the last subject that I believe fits really well into this is this concept of we're building social media to create an environment, to create a community of people that know, like us, trust us, that eventually are going to be excited about what we're doing. Now, the question is, do you have to wait for them to comment on a post in order to have a ketone conversation? Or is it possible for you to take ketones to them? Is it possible for you to initiate a conversation? I believe the answer to that is yes. And if you're not, you're rolling the dice on the speed of your business, right? The speed of your business rises and falls based upon the number of conversations that you have over the period of time that you have it. If you have 5 conversations in a day, that's pretty good speed. If you have 5 conversations in a month, that's not too fast, right? So the difference is in, all right, what kind of level of focus and intentionality am I putting on the conversations that I'm starting? Now, Lori is one of the best at needing, if she needs to hit multiplier, if she hasn't hit it yet, she used to do this months ago. Now it just kind of comes naturally because she's been building what we've been talking about. But when she needed to hit multiplier, it might be the last day of the month or 2 days before the month ends. She's like, oh, I'm just going to go talk to people about ketones. I'm like, what do you mean, Lori? How are you doing that? And Lori, why don't you share with us some thoughts around how you've always been able to essentially prospect, however, utilize simple language, simple questions to create conversations and move the ball forward.
Okay, awesome. So you guys, sometimes you just have to be a little bit bolder and take away that fear because people need ketones. You all know that. We're all here because we love our drink, right? So there would be times a couple of years ago where I'd be like, shoot, I need to get about 6 more people here and it's the last day of the month. Or so I just started the conversation. I opened it up. I was bold enough to say, hey, Nick, long time no chat. Random question. Are you drinking ketones yet? I didn't want to come across, I don't want people. So for me, I would feel icky if somebody tried to become my friend for 3 days and ask me all these questions. And then, oh, by the way, are you drinking ketones? For me, I would have that feeling of they're only talking to me because of that. It's weird. So I just want to be human and get to the point, but also let them know, random question out of the blue. I get it. We haven't chatted in a while. I'm telling them all of that. So they're not like, I haven't chatted with you. Like they know it. They know I know. And then they would either answer me, they wouldn't answer me, oh well, or they would say, no, what is that? And I'd have the conversation. I found something. I feel amazing. If you had a few minutes, I could send you a quick video that can explain way better than I can. And they're either open or they're not, you guys. It is one of those things. It's like we're sifting and sorting for people, and I'm that person. If you messaged me and I didn't know you and you said that, I would answer you. I'm that person. So think about it. So for me, it's just I was bold enough to know that people need ketones, and I am on a goal to create a ripple effect across the world of people drinking ketones. And I'm also going to hit my goals. So I will just do what it takes. And that's what I did. I just started the conversation without all the funny business ahead. So
Let's break this down in case it's too complicated for anyone. Step 1 is go to your Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
And then go to like start a message, figure out who you're going to send it to, and then what exactly are you saying?
Mm-hmm. So if I haven't so I'm usually in conversations with people because I'm following all these social media things that we do, right? But if I haven't talked to you in a long time, oh my gosh, I might message you and just say, hey Nick, how are you? Long time no chat. Are you still living in Minnesota? Curious. And then I might let you answer. If you answer me, awesome. Hey, by the way, random question, way out of left field, but are you drinking ketones yet? And I use my voice because if I typed that out, it would look a lot different. If I use my voice, I was talking to a new promoter last night, and as I was saying it to her, she's like, yeah, it just sounds like a regular question. And I said, that's all it is. I'm being human. I'm asking a regular question, but I'm letting you know, I get this is a random question. I get we haven't chatted in a while, but I'm curious. Are you drinking ketones? And when I can fluctuate my voice like that, it doesn't sound strange or weird.
That's awesome. So regarding the kind of the trial pack blitz, the getting a pack of ketones into people's hands or as many people's hands as possible, like with this simple language, maybe what's something that we could say, and probably more likely to people that we've already interacted or we've been having conversations with. See, the purpose behind this engagement aspect is to create a lot of conversations that are not about ketones, so that when it comes time for a sale, when it comes time for like creating a little blitz of getting packs into people's hands, you've got conversations that are started. So now you can actually go and say, hey, random question, have I ever let you try ketones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So talk me through that a little bit.
So that's what I would say. I mean, that you're loving that new language. Random question: have I ever let you try ketones yet? Yeah, but I mean, that's really all you have to say. Random question. Have I ever let you try ketones yet? And let them answer. There's not really much more besides just letting them answer, right? And then they're going to say, I don't think so. Well, guess what? I've got 4 packs to give out and I've got your name on one. Can I mail it to you? Can I give it to you?
There
And
you
let
go.
them answer. I mean, sometimes we make so much more out of this. Oh my God, what are they going to think if I call them, if I message them, if I ask them? What I want you to think about is how you can help them and inspire them. Take your ego off for a minute. It doesn't matter, right? Collect the no's, because after those no's, there's going to be a yes. And it's going to be a person that needs you, that's waiting for you, that has got their hand going, yes, I've been needing something. Thank you. And when those messages start coming in, you will be unstoppable, right?
It's awesome. Let's see. Candace has a question about expect.
I saw that. Okay, so here's what I say about that. I've gotten on the phone with other female promoters. Do you take friend requests from dudes? You know what? I'm going to go look at the dude first. If the dude looks creepy, no. If I don't think the dude looks creepy, sure, why not? But I'm going to get right in that inbox and find out the purpose of the friend request, and then I can block them if I want. It's not a big deal. That's my answer to that. I mean, somebody else might feel differently. That's how I feel about it.
I think
Because
that's valid.
men can drink ketones. So
Use your judgment. If they have no pictures on their social media, then they're probably not real, or they're probably a creep. Pretty cut and dry.
mhm.
Um,
The other thing I'm going to suggest is not to just give those ketones out to just anybody, right? We've talked about giving a pack away. Somebody might raise their hand. Go check them out first. Check them out before you just go spend your money on a stamp and an envelope. Check them out. You don't
yeah,
have to give in, but
qualify. I like if I'm going to give somebody a pack, I'm like,
qualify it.
hey, what's your phone number? I'll text you a video if it's a stranger. And
Mhm.
do you want to try this? Like, if I gave you a pack, would you drink it? And I get them to say yes. I'm like, awesome. So if I give this to you, will you call me tomorrow when you're drinking it just to let me know how it tastes? Or like I create some sort of follow up. I know Christina Martinez Williams has been sending packs out, and she says she has a requirement. You have to give me your phone number, and then when you get the pack, you need to FaceTime me, and we're gonna talk about you drinking it. We're gonna take a picture. And she's been taking pictures with all of them. Now she's developing a relationship with them beyond. These are the people that are on Facebook beyond that. Now, if you have people on your phone that you haven't reached out to about ketones yet, they're friends, family, neighbors, you can just say, hey, I'm doing a little challenge right now where I'm letting 20 people drink ketones, or I'm letting 5 new people drink ketones for the first time. Have I ever let you try this stuff? No. Well, hey, here, question. If I give it to you, if I give you a pack, would you be open to trying it? I think you'll love it. They're probably going to say, yeah, I will. Awesome. There's a video I want you to watch first so that you understand it. Can I send it to you? They're going to say yes. Now you send them the video. Now they've watched it. You're like, awesome. When can I drop it by? Or when can I put it in the mail? Like if we have that level of back and forth and engagement with the people that we're giving a pack to, then we're not just waiting, right? The worst thing that can happen from this is everybody gives out 20 packs and just never does anything. The best thing is that we create conversations and we have some fun with it. So any final thoughts, Lori, before we sign off here?
Yeah, I just think that's awesome. I think that you don't need to make this any bigger than it is. And like Nick and I have both said tonight, just keep it simple. We share the exact same language every time we meet. So you know it's never going to change. It's simple question, let them answer, share the video. You didn't hear Nick just go into, well, I've been drinking these things for 8 years and I feel amazing and I'm at Orange Theory every single day. Now my wife drinks them. Like it's no, he's like, hey, if I were to shoot you a quick video, would you watch it? He doesn't get into all the things, right? And he's been doing this for 8 years. He's just keep it short, sweet, be human, be you. People love you the way you are. Don't worry about a thing. That's what I say. Just do it.
I love it. At the end of the day, guys, this is a simple business, and the secret to success is not in the complicated, it's not in the fancy, it's not in some special program that somebody that I'm following or that Lori's following that you don't have. It's in the application of the simple information that we've just shared. It's in being able to, when we're on a Zoom next week, I believe our Zoom is going to be on Monday instead of Wednesday because of the holiday. But it's being able to, when we're on that Zoom next week and I say, hey, on a scale of 1 to 5, and applying what you just learned here, are you a 1 or are you a 5 or somewhere between? It's being able to say, I'm a 5, Nick. I applied it all. Because it's not about time right now. It's about determination. It's about will. It's about desire to do this. It's about desire to help people to create, a business that's going to change people's lives. It's about that extra oomph, right? It isn't about having to learn or have some crazy knowledge. It's about taking action. So thanks for being on tonight, Lori. Appreciate all of your wisdom and words. And everybody that was on here, thanks for showing up and being present. And I'm excited to see you all next week. Hope you have an amazing rest of your week.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.